Gabrielle Schuler. I'm the Director of Product Management at Core Media Systems, and we are here to discuss integration between Core Direct and Dial 800. So joining us on the call today is Scott Richards. Scott Richards has been the CEO of Dial 800 since 1996. Dial 800 provides direct response marketers with cloud-based call routing and call tracking software, as well as memorable 800 numbers. Scott is an expert in the use of memorable toll-free numbers to increase response. In fact, his team created an algorithm that ranks toll-free numbers according to the science of short-term memory and what he has termed number chunking. Scott is also the chairman of the Electronic Retailers Audio and Radio Council, a regular direct response industry speaker, and author of numerous articles on marketing optimization. With that, I give you Scott Richards. Scott?
Thank you, Gabrielle. Okay, so we're going to talk to you a little bit about the integration with Core, and we're going to give you a brief overview, a quick PowerPoint for the high level, and then we're going to actually show you what the software looks like. We've been in business since 1989. We're based in Los Angeles, and we have 4 services. We have AccuRoute, which enables you to easily route calls. We have CallView 360, which enables you to track your calls, listen to call recordings, see caller demographics, and this is where our software engineers have actually built the Core interface, and that's what we'll show you very shortly. We have Roundtrip, which is our unified call center analytics that enable you to accurately interpret results. And finally, Rapid Recall, as Gabrielle was mentioning, is our bank of over 50,000 memorable 800 numbers that our clients use to generate more calls. Our whole reason for existence is to generate more calls, more sales, and we are heavily customer service oriented, just like Core is. In fact, our companies are very similar in size, and really kind of the whole feel of the companies are very similar. We have a very high level team. When you work with us, you will actually have a team that will work with you. You'll get to know everybody on the team, from our telecom, our concierge, and so that's really important to us, high level service. Some of our clients include Mercury, Guthy, all these different companies, and we have over 700 clients using the platform, and many, many more. Our total fees, everything all in, we kind of estimated it when you pay for everything that you're using, soup to nuts, somewhere between 1% and 2% of your media spend is usually what it comes out to be. Our lowest performing case study generated an additional 10% sales, and we've had multiples of that. So in other words, as opposed to when you add Dial 800 into the mix, it's taking a piece of your pie, it's actually making the pie bigger. And that's really important. Again, 1% to 2%, adding a minimum of 10% additional sales. We had everything except for the media buying piece of our platform. So we decided to do a research project to find out who is the absolute best direct response media buying platform on the planet, and it certainly is Core Media. And so Dial 800 and Core really started this whole journey about 5 years ago when I was speaking with David Bloom. And wouldn't it be nice if we got together eventually? And then Glenn, the CEO, and I got to know each other very well, and Jim Paul and Kevin Gaffney and so on and so forth. And Gabrielle has been working very closely with our software engineer, Chris Hennis. So we decided to get together and really start working in earnest. So our software engineers designed a platform, and basically it works like this. Core goes ahead and sets up the parameters in Dial 800, and we're going to show you what that actually looks like. Dial then has many, many, many call centers that are already hooked up to our platform that we send calls to the call centers. Call centers then send all the sales data back into Dial 800, and this right here between Dial 800 and Core is where the interface happens, and this is what we're going to show you. So in other words, it's a turnkey solution. It's, as Ron Pupal says, set it and forget it. It will save you so much time. It's highly efficient, saves you hours and hours of time. All of the data is pure, unfiltered, switch level data. Real important. Oftentimes you get filtered data from call centers because they have their own filters. We filter nothing. So you'll see 100% of the calls all the time. And our software engineers made painstaking efforts to make it very, very easy. Our platform is an on-demand cloud-based application. It's 100% redundant and has geo-separated servers both in Los Angeles as well as Dallas. Matt's going to show you in just a few moments what it's going to actually look like. This is the interface here, and he'll actually do some clicking and show you how it looks. But this is all you'll do. You'll set this up, and he'll actually go through it, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time. But after you go through it, the next thing is it just goes right into Core. So from Dial 800 into Core, when you go in the morning, you have to do nothing. It's just there. And this is, of course, the power of the Core Connect. But now, in addition to the Core Connect, which is an amazing product, you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to speak to call centers. You don't have to redub any spots if you want to change call centers, because we're providing you with the actual phone numbers. If you have phone numbers already, you can bring them over to Dial 800 and put them on the platform. So it can be your numbers or our numbers. Now what I'd like to do is I'd like to turn over the presentation to Matt.
What we're looking at is CallView 360, and although there are over 1,000 different ways that we can analyze data, I'm going to share with you how to use real-time reports to pinpoint and discover possible call issues, and then how to maximize profits from your call centers. When you log into CallView 360, you'll notice that you'll have access to our 4 tabs for our 4 optimization solutions that Scott mentioned. Right now, we're looking at CallView 360, which is our reporting and analytics tool. AccuRoute enables you to route calls in real time, and you'll have access to over 50,000 memorable 800 rapid recall numbers to help generate more calls. Is our unified call center analytics that enable you to accurately interpret results. So at a glance, you can see your high-level data as well as the distribution of your calls. And when you look at the green and purple, you see that these are displaying calls that are not answered. So let's try to figure out why so many calls are not being answered. To do this, we are going to simply add a filter like this. Go to Status, select Busy, Incomplete, no answer. And now what we are seeing are only calls that were not answered by, in this particular case, time of day. And as you can see, it appears that about 8 p.m. we have a large number of calls not being answered. And this is something that we could actually look into further. So what we're going to do next is we're going to look at day of week. And as you can see here, the weekends have a large number of not answered. So this is a second issue that we can look at to optimize. And now let's look at the individual numbers. We can see in this particular case, this number has quite a few of no answer and incomplete calls that need to be optimized. As you can see, we've identified by time of day, by day of week, as well as individual toll-free numbers that we can help maximize call centers in terms of looking at where the issues may lie. Now that we've found potential call issues, let's look at how we can maximize the profits. For clients who've enabled round-trip data, we can display consolidated call center results. On the left top chart, we can see that call center 1 produces the highest gross revenue. We can also see on the bottom left chart that call center 1 also has the highest average revenue per call. And on the bottom right, we can see that they also have the highest closed call ratio. But when we look at the total calls handled or received, we can see on the top right chart that we realize that call center 2 is actually receiving more calls than call center 1. So what we'll want to do is to optimize our profits by giving call center 1 more calls, therefore improving our overall bottom line results. And the way that you do that is you click on AccuRoute, and that will allow you to quickly and easily change your percentage allocation. I can do this obviously by quickly and easily reallocating by calls. Let's take a look at other ways to maximize our campaign results. Using our call tabs, we can look at the call medium, the media, the creative, along with the offer, with additional call information in here, such as call recordings. If I click on here, I can hear the call recording, and for QA purposes, I could type notes associated, such as agent did not mention the cancellation policy, or agent forgot to mention the continuity program. And you can then send that via email, or if you'd like, you can actually download these recorded files. When we look at callers, so what we're seeing here is client information, such as their married status, their income, and in fact we can even look at their date of birth. And how this becomes very helpful for our clients is, instead of spending $10,000 to $20,000 in focus groups to determine who may buy or call in, why not use our demographics tool to actually look at who's actually buying from you? So again, maximizing your profits based on the data and information that we receive. Finally, let's take a look at easily how we can import and get all of this data into CoreDirect. I'm going to select yesterday. I'm going to click on Open Alerts. I'm going to enable that. I'm going to select Core. As you can see, I have the email options as well as FTP, which will probably make your lives much easier. We put in the FTP, the username and password. We've selected the daily. Now what we're going to do is select the file format. And most clients use this format, original zip area response layout. You can define your response codes, which you can easily change. So if I wanted a call to be changed from 30 seconds to everything at 15 seconds and above, I can easily make the change here, and a single change here changes all the data from all your call centers, saving you a lot of time and effort. You can also add conditions, and you can remove duplicate calls easily by whatever parameters you want, such as minutes, hours, or days. And I can change this quickly to 7 days. Okay, simple and easy, and as Scott mentioned, set it and forget it. And now back to Scott.
Thank you, Matt. Okay, so that is the presentation. That's the overview, and I'm sure that some people have some questions, so we can answer some questions now. Excellent question. No, we are like Switzerland, completely independent. No partners ever pay us. We don't care what call center you send calls to. The only thing we do care is that our clients make as much money as they can. So we give complete visibility to everybody. You negotiate with whatever call centers you have. We already have dozens of call centers already hooked up with our platform. So if you are using a call center or any location that is not hooked up with our platform, we do all the heavy lifting. We have a very simple API, and our technical development team, our software engineers, will go through and make sure that those call centers are set up. So the media agency or the marketer doesn't have to lift a finger. Did I answer the question, Gabrielle? Yeah, we could certainly do that. Chris Hennis is Dial 800's Director of Technology, and Chris and Gabrielle are working very, very closely. If, for whatever reason, it's not 100% exactly like you want it, it will be. Just make the request, and if it's something that everybody can use, we're just going to build it into the application, so it's completely seamless. Thank you so much.